Did you really want feedback? Really? Like, really wanted feedback? Or is this like a performative thing? Um, I have a couple of examples that popped up today, and I just thought it was an interesting topic, maybe to think about feedback for a minute. We all know it's important. We all know we're supposed to do it. We're supposed to do it in a smart way, like SMART goals. We have smart feedback. And um, yeah, a lot of times I just don't think we do. I don't think a lot of people do it in that way. I was watching somebody on social media this morning, and she was like going to pick up her new car, and they're like holding the keys and shoving the survey in front of her. Like, that's you're not looking for like real feedback at that point. You just want her to check 5 stars or whatever your rating scale is so that you can say that all your customers are thrilled, right? Like that's it's shady for one thing. Um, but I see lots of people do feedback in weird ways like that. And when we do it because we're told we're supposed to ask for feedback, and it's just one of those topics we're not good at, I think. Yes, we should ask for feedback. We should want feedback so that we can do better. We should also think about how feedback goes both ways. Um, I often talk about, like in a learning environment, let's say, we're like, oh, well, you should provide feedback to your students. Yes, well, you should also be paying attention and taking in feedback. That's one of the great things about working with games and things. There's like all this feedback, but it's only great if you're doing something with it. I had a very uncomfortable conversation a year or so ago with a couple of senior managers, and they were like, well, we want to do this training, and we want the people to like fill out this thing in a certain way, and then they're going to say what they're going to like work on, and like this whole thing. And I just looked at him and I'm like, okay, so you're asking the employees to do this extra work. And not that it wasn't something that could have been really valuable. I don't want to diminish the fact. It was like, let's just say it was like they were creating a performance plan. That wasn't exactly it, but it's close enough. So very good thing. I would want people to be, developing and all of those things. But the punchline to this was they wanted the employees to go through this process and go to this training and then work on learning how to have some self-directed performance plan sort of thing. Um, but I asked the manager, I said, so let's say they do this, they go through the process, they do it. Do you have the resources to support them? Are you going to actually help them to use the feedback that they're going to give you? And I got terror, terror. It wasn't even deer in headlights, terror. And they just had to admit, no, we don't have the time to do this. Then don't ask them to do this. Was my answer. We didn't do the training. I was like, don't ask them to do this, because how much worse are they going to feel at the end? They play along, they go to training, they do this thing thinking that it's going to help them and that you're going to support them, and you're telling me you're not. So don't do that. Don't do that. It's bad. But yeah, feedback in general, like just I've been looking at it a lot in a lot of settings today. I went to the post office, in fact, and similar to the car example, on the little touch screen when you're mailing your package or whatever, they ask you, how was your service today? And of course, you're in front of the person. So if the service had been lousy, like it wasn't, it was excellent. But if it had been bad, like, you know, you feel a little weird sitting there. But also, I noticed that they had the buttons in what I think is the reverse order of what they normally are. I think just in general, Western languages, because we read left to right quite often, Likert scales and things like that, you'll see strongly agree to strongly disagree. Not always, and this is another thing we need to think about when we're doing feedback. How do we present the questions to people? Because people are going to not be paying attention. They're going to make a snap. Oh, it's always this way, or I'm used to filling it out this way. And I went to touch the screen expecting that the green happy face was going to be on the left because I thought that's where it was in the past, but I'm probably thinking about some other system or whatever. Turns out it was on the right. So if I had not been paying attention, I would have given her like a frowny face. And I didn't mean to give her, I wouldn't have meant to give her a frowny face. I noticed it and I was like, oh, I have to pay attention because like these are different. She said, yeah, they are. And I'm like, so how many people are just like going through the motions? Because you always ask us at the end of the service, like, press the button. And so people just press the button. So how much meaningful feedback are you really getting? And even if you're getting meaningful feedback, what are you doing with it? Um, let's just, let's take a minute and let's all take some feedback about how we're handling feedback. I guess that's sort of the theme for today. So that's it for this one. This was very unscripted and rambly. And until next time, we'll see if the next one's a little less rambly. I don't know. Maybe it won't. Maybe it won't be. I don't know. Bye.